Good morning everyone and welcome to Wednesday's lesson on comparing capacities. So hopefully by now over the last 2 days you've learned how to read different gauges on different containers. You can see the difference between your litres and millilitres, and hopefully remembering the most important one, that you have 1,000 millilitres, okay, that's the same as 1 litre. So hopefully we're remembering these facts by now. So first of all, first question we're going to face this morning is which container holds the least amount of liquid? Now, really important when we're looking through our questions and seeing, is it the least or is it the most? Because obviously these might change when you come to doing your work. So you can see both containers look the exact same. However, it's all about, once again, looking at the different measurements that go up the side, okay? So the different increments that our scale goes up in. So we can see here on container A, we're starting with 50 mils, and then you can see on container B, we're starting on 100. And obviously the most important thing is seeing where does our liquid come up to. So in container A, we have 200 mils, and in container B, we have 400 mil. So have a little think, which one holds the least amount? Well done, it is container A with 200 mil. So using then your less than or greater than to compare these sentences. So 1 litre, is that less than or greater than 10 millilitres? Okay, so have a little think. So 1 litre, think how many millilitres is 1 litre? Is that more than or greater, more than or less than 10 millilitres? And have a think, can you write down, if you've got pen and paper there, or just kind of draw with your finger which sign needs to go in there. Okay, and then doing the same with the next one. So 750 millilitres, is that more than or less than 2 litres? Well done. So we have 1 litre, that is more than 10 millilitres. Okay, because remembering that 1 litre is the same as 1,000 millilitres. And then we have 750 millilitres, which is less than 2 litres, because 2 litres is the same as 2,000 millilitres. So question number 3, beaker B contains the most liquid. Is the statement true or false? So first of all, we need to have a look at the top here. So container A is in litres and container B is in millilitres. Now we have to look at both containers and we can see how much is in each one. So if we look at A, have a little look, have a think, how much or what is the capacity of container A? So have a quick look. That's it. So we have 6 litres in container A. And in container B, we need to have a look. So again, we're working in millilitres. So have a quick think, have a look. What is the capacity of container B? That's right, it's 200 millilitres. So thinking about that, we have 6 litres, which we know if 1 litre is 1,000 millilitres, we need to multiply that by 6 to find out 6 litres. So container A has 6,000 millilitres and container B has 200 millilitres. So if we have a little think about that, we just need to think, which one does have the most? And we will be right in saying A, therefore B, it must be false because that only has 200 millilitres, whereas A has 6 litres. And finally, question number 4. So 1 bottle has a capacity of 250 ml. How many bottles equal the capacity of the jug? So the jug holds 750 millilitres. And our bottle over here contains 250 millilitres. So we need to work out how many of these we can fit into our jug. So we need to see how many 250 millilitres we can get into our jug. What you can do, one way to work this out while you're at home, you can be doing 250, add 250, what does that equal to? Can we add another bottle? Okay, add in another 250. Okay, so 250 millilitres multiplied by 3. What is the answer? And from that, do you need to add more, or can you find the answer? So I will give you about 30 seconds to have a workout of this one. I'll pause the video if you need a little bit longer. Okay, and just see if you can come up with and find how many bottles fill the jug. Okay, so come back a bit quicker. So if you need to, please pause the video while you carry on working it out. However, you should have found that 3 bottles, okay, fill the capacity, so equal the same amount as 750 millilitres. Now, it's your turn to try this on Purple Mash, so as you have done for the past 2 days, which your work has been incredible with your maths. So go on to the PDF editor and annotate that how you need to, and then come back to the video and then watch how we're going to go through our problem solving and reasoning style questions for you to complete after. Okay, moving on then to our problem solving. Really important every time we do our problem solving that we're reading these questions really carefully. So you have 65 litres of water to share between the containers below. All containers hold multiples of 5 litres. Pot A can only hold 5 litres and pot B has a maximum capacity, okay, so it can't be any higher, it can't be any more than 15 litres. What volume of water can you pour in each? Okay, so let's have a little, we'll kind of break this down so we can think about it a little bit more. So all containers hold multiples of 5, so we know our 5 times tables. So they'll either contain 5 litres, 10 litres, 15 litres, 20 litres, 25 litres, 30 litres, and so on. So going up in those multiples of 5. Pot A can only hold 5 litres. So we know that in here, this one must equal 5 litres, okay? So we know that must equal 5 litres. And pot B, can have no more than 15 litres. Okay, so this here can't have any more than 15. So we could maybe put on here, so a maximum capacity, maybe put on here 15 litres, just because we know it's not going to be any more than that. Okay, so we need to see, do the statements still make sense? So 5 litres is less than 15 litres, and 15 litres is less than, okay, so then container C. So remember, it's going up in multiples of 5, so what could container C be? Okay, pause the video, have a think, maybe write more than one option down. So in container C, for example, we could have 20 litres because that is more than 15 and it is a multiple of 5. Okay, so they've got down here, so A being 5 litres, B they put as 10, and then C would have to be anything more than 10. A 1 litre bucket holds 10 times the amount of water held by a jar. Emma says a jar holds 200 millilitres of water. Is Emma correct? Explain your answer. So a 1 litre bucket holds 10 times the amount of water held by a jar. Emma says a jar holds 200 millilitres of water. Is Emma correct? So if we know that a 1 litre bucket has 10 times the amount of the jar, we need to be thinking, if Emma thinks that this jar holds 200 millilitres, we need to multiply that by 10. So pause the video, have a go and see what answer you get. Okay, so hopefully you've worked out that the jar would have 2,000 millilitres. Now if we think back, so there is 1,000 millilitres in a litre. Okay, we know then that Emma would have 2 litres. And that is too much for our 1 litre bucket. Okay, so she cannot be correct. But maybe you can pause this video with something a little bit extra, and can you think, how much would she need to have in her jar? So how much water would her jar hold if it needs to equal 1 litre when it's multiplied by 10? So pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, and we've found out that Emma is incorrect because 10 times less than 1 litre is 100 millilitres. So she's done that opposite. She's had 1 litre, so 10,000 millilitres, and she's divided that by 10 to find out that there should be 100 millilitres in her jar. Okay, which means that the 200 millilitres of water would be too much. And then finally we have Sandy thinks that container A has a larger capacity than container B because 750 has a bigger value than 50. Is she correct? Explain why. Now this is where we need to have a think again. So what are we looking at here? So our containers, what are our containers in? So we have millilitres and we have litres. So this is where you need to be thinking, is 750 millilitres more or less than 50 litres? And that will give you your answer. Okay, so Sandy's incorrect, okay, because container A is measured in millilitres and container B is in litres. We all know that 50 litres is a lot more than 750 millilitres. So now it's your go to have a go at your reasoning and problem solving. So if you go back onto your purple math document, okay, have a go at these. And I really look forward to seeing your work again. And good luck. See you all tomorrow.